All right, we're back again. Function House, live from Redhook, Tuesday night. And tonight we want to welcome to our show, straight from Puerto Rico, Cali Lanauze. What's up, man?
How do you say your last name? Because he definitely said it wrong.
Lanauze.
Lanauze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lanauze.
Well, welcome to Redhook.
Thank you for having me.
So,
Last minute, but
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but it's good that you came.
perfect. No, thank you.
There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of
Thank
stuff
you.
going on in Puerto Rico right now.
A lot of stuff going on. Yeah, there's right now. There's like a humanitarian crisis there.
It's bad, I heard.
It's really bad. There's no electricity. There's no food. There's no water. At least like limited amount, you know.
And it's like 21 days already.
21 days already, and only like 12% of the island with the electricity. Still not. The telephone companies still not at their full.
How's your family? Is everything okay with them?
Everybody's well, thank God, and minor damages, but yeah.
So you haven't been back. You were traveling and you haven't been
I
back.
haven't been back. I was in Barcelona for a month, just working and traveling, playing there. Had a few gigs, really well went.
So you weren't there for the hurricane?
No, I wasn't there. Thank God I went between two hurricanes. It was Irma that it didn't pass like straight to Puerto Rico, and then after that I left, and then Maria came and fucked us up.
So your family's okay?
Everybody's okay, thank God. There was like minor death, there wasn't a lot of death, thank God, but really a lot of damages. Only 12% of the island with electricity, and it's been 21 days already.
So when are you going back to Puerto Rico?
I guess in a few weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go back.
So are you here working, or you're just here waiting for things to die down over there?
Yeah, I'm playing on Saturday at Bushwick AV after hours, and yeah, here.
So you're here
Killing
networking.
time.
I mean, at least you're getting stuff done while you're here.
Yeah, trying to make things done, because in Puerto Rico I cannot work. It's kind of bad right there. So here I'm here killing time.
So what's the house music scene like in Puerto Rico?
Well, in the last couple of years, I think like mostly 2 or 3 promoters have been doing like an excellent job, excellent bookings. The scene is like growing every day. New people coming in, people coming out. Normally,
Who's some of the biggest DJs that you guys have had down there?
we've had everyone from Dixon to our department to my favorite Roman Flugo from Germany. We had everybody.
So hold up a
Basically.
second, because Puerto Rico's not known for house music.
Yeah. Puerto Rico I think it's more known for reggaeton.
Reggaeton. So like when you first started DJing, you were probably DJing like reggaeton,
yeah,
right?
I started making reggaeton beats when I was like 16, 17 years old. And
Like everyone who's involved in music in Puerto Rico is making reggaeton, right? Like when they at least they first start off making reggaeton.
At least there's some influences, and and as soon as when you're like 15, 16 years old, when you're like experimenting with going out and whatever, the first thing you hear is reggaeton, know? So you start with something, so I guess that was my case. I started with doing reggaeton beats and whatever, and I like naturally started listening to new things, whatever, and I ended up, playing electronica and producing mostly, because I started producing first and before then playing out. So yeah, I guess the big thing in Puerto Rico, it's reggaeton and this trap thing, that's new trap. But yeah, basically the thing is really good. I think it can be better, of course, but at least we're giving a message, and we had really good feedback.
How many people do these parties usually generate when they're doing these house music parties?
Basically, which is I think it's a good thing, because I don't like big events. I think mostly it depends of the bookings, but between 300 people to 600, 800. That's like a really, really good party, But for me, you can have 100 people in the party and be a good party.
Well, I went to EDC Puerto Rico back in 2000. There was thousands of 2014, I think it was.
That was big at the moment.
There was
that
thousands
was like a
of
big
people.
Influential in what we do right now, and we started with that,
Yep.
I think it started in 2012, 2013.
Yeah, maybe it was that long ago.
So yeah, I think that has a big amount to do with with our influences and everything that our scene is right now.
Yep.
So yeah.
So how often are you producing music? You produce when you're on the road?
I try not to. Like I like to be in the studio and sit down and work like more comfortably. But in the last year, I've been launching my label with Johnny Cruz. It's called Opulence, and we have a really big schedule coming up. We have everyone from Berlin heavyweights to Panorama Bar residents, Circo Loco residents. So I've been working mostly in that.
How are you getting this done with the label? With all the stuff going on right
it's
now?
all personal things and relationships I've been building throughout the years. My first booking I did it when I was 17 years old. So it's been all good relationships I made with them and people that we want to work together.
So aside from DJing, you're actually bringing DJs to Puerto Rico and booking them.
And bookings, yeah, I have the label. I help with another promotion company, with a promoter, and yeah, doing like the 360 thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to get bored. I like experimenting with things. So label, producing, DJing, bookings, even hospitality. Like. For me, it's really important, and that's how you build a good relationship with the DJs and with the people that you bring.
Yep.
So
you're going back home in a couple weeks. You're gonna just hang out for a little bit. I mean, there's not much you can do there as far as nightlife and bookings.
No, exactly. I think I go there and try to figure out my next move.
Yep.
So yeah, and try to help, how much as I can.
So who are some of the DJs here in the States or in New York that you work with when you come here?
I was in the studio on Tuesday with Pattern Drama, Corey Baker, Patrick Grooves. It's a really good friend of mine. Yeah. I've been coming for since like 2012 with Carlos Alcalina. He's another DJ from Puerto Rico who lives here, and yeah, and with Johnny I played here. And so yeah, I've had a good relationship with the city as far as I know.
Yep. So where else are you playing in these Brooklyn clubs? You're playing besides the place you're playing on Saturday. What other places are you playing?
I'm in the process of confirming next week's gigs. So I hopefully will tell everyone next week. So yeah.
Okay, so you're still putting the schedule together.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's basically my plan of attack right now.
So as far as like DJs that when like you were coming up, who were you inspired by? Who were some of the DJs you looked up to and kind of like got the bug to start producing?
So basically, when I started, for me, Carl Cox was one of my heroes.
He's still one of my favorite DJs, Carl Cox.
And the thing is, like, when I started producing, I used to send him a lot of music, and when I was 17 years old, I got a message from him. It was like really big for me, So from that point on, it was like really inspiring, every relationship I made with.
Wait, so he actually wrote you back?
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I'm playing this at Ultra next week, blah blah." I remember it was a Sunday or whatever, and I was 16, 17 years old, like I told you, and since that, everything that he does is like really inspiring.
Wow.
And yeah, right next, beside the years, everything like I had support from really good people and big people. So everything, for me, the relationships are the most important thing. So, but basically, since two or 3 years from now, I've been inspired from Roman Flugel to, I don't know, Radio Slave. I don't know. I like to play a little bit of everything. I don't like to be stuck in a line, and that's one of our mottos in our label, to not be stuck in a trend. Have a little bit of everything. Electro, techno, house, tech house. So everything it really inspires me. Even like a classical record from my grandfather or something like that.
So you work with samples? You sample records and stuff?
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything, man. A little bit of everything, and I like to hear and listen to anything. I can listen to even reggaeton, salsa, ballads, anything. So I think that's one of the main things that keep me, focused and not bored
Yeah.
mostly.
Do you ever see yourself moving to New York?
I was telling my friend about that I really don't like New York, but from like 2 days from now, like I started liking it more. Like
What do you love and what do you hate about New York?
I don't know. For me, I can party, I can DJ, a lot, but I'm a chill guy, So for me, like there's a lot going on here. But at the same time, I understand, I respect, and that's the spirit of the city, So I don't know. Like 2 days from yesterday, I was like, telling me I'm starting to like New York. Like I went on the subway and I didn't get lost, so I was like, okay, I'm finding my way now. I'm finding my way.
Yeah.
So
It's a little overwhelming at first.
It's a little, So.
But you know what they say, like New York people go places and they're a little overwhelming for people sometimes.
Yeah, people here are a little bit tough,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I understand, and I think you gotta get used to it, But
Yeah.
I can see myself here.
Yeah.
Like
Got a lot of friends. I mean, there's a lot of Puerto Rican people in
there's
Brooklyn alone.
There's a lot of Puerto Rican. Today there's a Puerto Rican party. On Friday there's a Puerto Rican party. To raise money for the
Yep.
Puerto Rican thing.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of DJs that I know that are putting together fundraisers for Puerto Rico.
So yeah, I don't feel like too far from home here.
Well, yeah, you're definitely not.
So, but I'm starting to like it.
Good.
I hope so.
So you have any records coming out? Is there anything to look forward to?
Yeah, the label, we have our second release. It's not from me, but it's from James Tish, and we have a Dan Ganassia, Circolo Resina Apollonia release resident. And then our third release is from me and Johnny, which are their head of the labels. It's 2 tracks from me, 2 tracks from Johnny, plus a collaboration. And that's coming with some big remixers. Yeah, I've been doing another EP for some other friends, and yeah, I've been like quite active in the studio.
So if there was one producer or one DJ that you would want to have on your label to do a record with, who would it be?
Roman Fludo.
Yeah, you love him.
I love him. I love him. Yeah, or I think maybe Radio Slave. He's a really good producer. Or I don't know. Those are good guys.
So you play a lot of Roman's music in your set?
Yeah, I play a lot of his stuff, and I'm starting to buy more vinyl right now. I didn't start as a vinyl DJ, blah blah blah, the motto, but I've been like getting the feel and the hype or whatever you want to call it. So when I tend to have more fun, so I'm starting to dig more for I don't know, on release. Vinyl only music or however you want to call it, but I feel that there's a lot of good music out there. So maybe you gotta find it online, or maybe you gotta find it in the crates or whatever.
Are you buying records while you're here? Where are you shopping?
I was shopping in Barcelona, Subwax. It was a really, really, really good store. They also distribute. Disco Paradiso there was really good. Halcyon here is really good. Juno, yeah. The thing is, like, the shipping to Puerto Rico is super expensive, so it's not like a good, addiction, I think, because people get a little bit addicted to it because, the shipping is too much, and quite frankly, the records are a little bit expensive, so.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not a new thing, but it's a new thing at the same time,
Yep. Well, there's a lot of the records, there's a lot of people that only putting out vinyl, so you have to buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And for us, for example, in the label, I think we're going to be doing both. Some releases we can do vinyl, some other releases we can do digital. So it depends how you work and how you manage yourself, So,
Yep.
But there's so much good music, but there's also really bad music out there.
Yeah.
So
There's just too much music, I feel. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah,
coming out.
Yeah, and the hype and the sound. I don't know. There's the industry is really saturated. I think right now, you gotta bring something new to the table. I think nowadays, and that's what we're trying to do. And
Well, good. We're happy to have you here.
Yeah, and thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to hear you play.
Yeah.
You have anything else, Mike? All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break.
Live.
We're going to get Cali up on the decks.
Thank you.
Peace.
Great.